Is Dehya really as bad as people make her out to be? I'm gonna try to present the problems of Dehya, and I'll try and also provide the solutions on how Hoyoverse could have made her better at a C0 base level. Alright, so we're gonna be talking about Dehya at C0, and there is a lot going on with this character. Dehya is a character that's very ER hungry. I believe Emblem is like one of her best installed sets currently at the moment. I know there are some sussy leaks going on right now that Dehya might be getting a set in 3.6, which I feel like at this point is probably true. I'm not sure if it's gonna be much better than the emblem set that we have in the game right now. But anyways, I don't want to talk too much about that. Maybe that could change her a bit in terms of damage. We'll have to see in 3.6. So we'll re-talk about that in 3.6 once the set comes out. If it does come out, wink wink. Your issues with Dehya is a major problem, and she does need a decent amount of ER to maintain her burst in terms of burst uptime, especially if you're using Dehya as your on-field damage dealer. Which kind of leads into my next point with Dehya in terms of her issues, is that Dehya doesn't do much damage, alright? So if I show the base damage right here real quick, we're doing 10Ks. And this is no buffs, all we have is power res, right? So we're doing 10k damage, which is not that much, which is very sad, because I know a lot of people are comparing Dehya to Hu Tao, and I know this is a C0, but I believe at C6, she's like comparable to C1 R1, I believe, something along the lines of that, right? Which kind of leads me to my other point that kind of aligns with her damage, is that Dehya is a very constellation-hungry character. At C0, she feels like a very incomplete character, until you get a constellations which really ramps up her damage in terms of her burst, her elemental skill, her C4, fix her ear issues, etc, etc. And I am not fond of Hoyoverse releasing incomplete characters at C0 at a base level, as it just feels very scummy that they're trying to basically debate you into pulling constellations to make the character a lot more functional, right? So I'm definitely not a fan of it, and trust me, I am biased to this character. I was expecting this character to be somewhat good. I shouldn't have expected anything, to be honest. Let's be real. But I was expecting this character to be very strong and good, and it just sucks that this is what we've gotten. Because I know there's a lot of other players as well, Dehya mains, Dehya wanners that really wanted her, that may not want her now, judging how her kit is in the game right now, not very good compared to other characters. But anyways, it just really sucks that this is what we've gotten with Dehya in the game, right? Her kit is just, it feels like it's all over the place. If you look at her damage, again, right? We're doing 10k, and she does 11 hits, I believe. So let's just say she does around like 100k, no buffs, right? Give or take. My D is C0 or 1, alright? She has her best installed weapon on. Especially that this character, like the majority of her damage is coming from her burst. That's on a 4-second duration, by the way. A 4-second duration. Okay, don't ask me why I triple crowned her. I did it, okay? We triple crowned her, don't judge me. But her burst duration is 4 seconds, which is a very short time window, and has a long CD, which is like a whole different story. It has such a short uptime and such a long downtime. It is just ridiculous. Moving on to her E. So as you can see here, this E I believe mitigates about 50% of the damage that you take. The thing that sucks with her E is that you're still going to need a healer, and I mean, you're going to be running Bennett with her. I feel like Bennett and Dehya are kind of glued together, as not only will you have a healer on the team to help mitigate that issue and circumvent it, it'll also give you power res, and also like overall give you a huge damage buff to your Dehya and to your overall team damage, right? So I feel like the healing issue that people bring up is not that big of an issue, because you're going to be running Bennett with her, but I feel like it definitely is something to bring up, as you are going to need a healer if you are running Dehya. You can't really run her alone without a healer or shielder. And then the shielding is another thing with Dehya as well, that with Dehya, with your damage mitigation, taking about 50% of the damage that you take gets reduced. At that point, why not just run a shield? Characters like this guy, Zhongli, it already exists in the game, where if you use your shield, you take 0 damage, versus Dehya, where if you use her E, right, on the field and you take like half the damage, incoming damage, why not just use Zhongli and take no damage to begin with? So that's another issue in of itself, as like why would you want to take damage when you can just take 0 damage? Moving on to Dehya in terms of her power application. Her E, if I drop it down here real quick, it has the standard ICD of 2.5 seconds. What that means is that her E triggers very slowly. Again, you can clearly see it here, like every 2-3 hits it triggers, right? It's a very slow trigger, and I was really hoping that Dehya would be used in Bertrand comps, as I don't know about anybody else, But I was really hyped for Dehya to be used in Burgeon, because Burgeon is my overall favorite Dendro reaction to use. I understand it's not the strongest, as Hyper Bloom is way too broken, but I personally like Burgeon more, and I was really hoping that Dehya would be used in Burgeon, but it sucks that her power application is so slow. And if you compare her power application to this guy right here, Toma, where is he? Toma right here. Toma has a much faster power application than Dehya, so it's like, even in that instance, it's like, why would you use Dehya for Burgeon when you can just use Toma, right? Toma has the faster power application. So it just really sucks. This is all around. Her damage on her burst, her power application, the ER issues. You need a lot of ER on this character to make her somewhat functionable. Even if you're running mono power, I believe you need like 180 ER, something around that range. So you need a decent amount of ER to even have her burst on cooldown. So there's a lot going on. Like, the way her kit scales is very wonky. This character just feels very janky at C0. And I feel like at this point, they should have just made her C6 her base kit. Again, I don't like how Horrorverse makes these characters very incomplete at C0. It just feels very scummy. But yeah, I want to say overall, that is pretty much the issues with Dehya. The ear issues, her power application, the mitigation is not as good as I would like it to be. I feel like with her mitigation, they could have made it a lot more beneficial if they made her power application a lot quicker, or they made it more substantial in a way where, like, maybe you take more damage with Dehya, you do more burst damage, or whatever the case is. I feel like it was very missed opportunity on Dehya with the mitigation feature, because I think it's a very unique feature in the game, and they could have definitely capitalized on that feature a lot more if they didn't want to go down the burst, I guess, DPS or main DPS route with Dehya, right? If she was used in Burgeon, the mitigation would allow you to, like, take less damage from the Burgeon procs. So it's like, it would at least be somewhat cohesive, like, you know what I mean? So I feel like it was just a very missed opportunity with Dehya's damage mitigation, as again, you can just use a shield, right? But again, moving on back to the solutions, because I'm kind of rambling on a bit here. Again, they could have made a C6 at C0, make it a part of her base kit. I think that would have been a lot better at this point. They could have upped her damage multipliers on her burst, on her skill, etc. There's so many solutions they could have done to make her a lot more feasible, and they could have went way more down the supportive route with the damage mitigation for, like, Burgeon or Burning or whatever the case is, right? I just feel like at this point, let's be real here, Dehya was so bad that they had to put her on standard. They made her, okay, basically what I'm trying to say is, they made her a standard character. You would kind of look past her weaknesses. I feel like if Dehya stayed as a limited character, people are raging, don't get me wrong, they are raging. They rated her 1 stars. Let me just quickly get into a poll that I did today. I have never seen a YouTube poll. I'm gonna say more so my YouTube polls. Usually people would rate my polls 4 or 5 stars, usually, right? For events, whether it's a character, like rate this character, first impressions, whatever. Usually I would say 4 or 5 stars. They gave Dehya a 1 star on that poll. Alright, if you know, you know. They gave her a 1 star rating. Their first impressions, how good Dehya is. They gave her a 1 star out of 5 stars. Boys. I have never seen a rating that bad in the Genshin community, alright? In the Genshin community. So it's bad, boys. It is very bad. But yeah, that is pretty much it. I don't want to ramble on too much here. I just feel like Dehya was a missed opportunity. I don't know what Horrorverse was thinking whatsoever. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think of Dehya. Do you guys think she's bad? Do you guys think she's somewhat usable? I feel like the majority has definitely skipped her, as I understand Kanshana are coming back in the second phase of 3.5, and that's obviously more enticing to Dehya. I understand it. Again, trying to put all the bias aside. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'm rambling on. Make sure to like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Let me know what you guys think about Dehya in the comment section down below. I'll be reading all the comments as usual. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Told my brothers one day we gon' make it. We just gotta grind for that paycheck. Mama told me one day I'll be famous. Remember when she used to say she hate this. Back then they would laugh when I say shit.